makes you laugh, Sheena? People perceive you to be driven, to be tough, even feisty.
Yeah.
Is there a soft side to you? What makes you cry? Do you have a significant failure? I don't know if this is correct, but at one point you branded yourself as the worst nightmare of large-scale minors. Gina, welcome to the Bottomline.
Thank you, boy, for inviting me. Yeah.
Gina, why do you do the good that you're doing?
It makes me happy. Yeah,
Tell
I
me more
love
about it. Tell me more about this happiness.
Yeah, like for example, when I talk to the communities, I mean, I literally feel God. And when I see that the change is happening, I said, wow, you know, I mean, it actually gets me on a spiritual high. I think what happens is that when you do something good and noble and you're really sincere about it, my experience is that there's like an energy that flows, and then you talk to the people and you get really happy.
Why do you love this country?
I was born here and I love the people. This is what I feel. I feel that being in ABS-CBN and then being part of this amazing family, I mean, I feel I'm really blessed. I was born into a family with strong nationalistic bent. And not only that, we all get along. You know, I get along with my brothers and sisters. And so that being born into a situation like that, and being involved in ABS-CBN, which is a huge media conglomerate, and as I feel the power of media more, this carries with it a tremendous responsibility. That's what I feel. In fact, because I meditate, you know, I've been meditating for decades now, and in the current meditation practice I've been doing, my experience is that the longer and deeper I meditate, the more profound the love I have for my country. So it's almost spiritual.
I don't meditate, but this is one thing I'd like to get into in the next few months or
Yeah,
years.
you should. It's
But
good.
is it hard?
No, it just needs
How do you do it?
commitment.
Commitment in
Yeah.
terms of?
Means you can't really achieve anything in meditation unless you do it regularly.
No, but do you need a teacher to be able to do it?
You need someone to teach you. You need a technique, because there are hundreds and thousands, you could say, of meditation
How would I
techniques.
know if the technique is right? Or how do I know if a technique is not for me?
By how you feel.
Ah.
Yeah, because like for example, for me, like the meditation technique I'm using now, like before, because I've been doing meditation forever, I mean, seems like the longest time, and I've tried many, many techniques. And before, the meditation techniques I had was like to leave this world, to get away from it all, to go to a space beyond it. And now, the meditation technique I'm using is a building of my subtle bodies, and I love it.
What does it mean? Building of my
means-
subtle bodies.
It's like you know, it's like you have your physical body and you exercise your physical body to be strong, you know. So in exactly the same way, we have our subtle bodies, you know, intelligence, creativity, a connection with the divine, compassion. This makes up our bodies, which are not sensually perceivable, but they are a part of us because we're not just physical.
Connected to the physical.
Yeah. So the meditation I'm doing now is like it's like strengthening the subtle bodies that I have.
What is it? Is
It's
this
like you go quiet.
It's quiet?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you can't strengthen your subtle bodies if your mind is thinking all the time, because then if your mind is thinking all the time, you're stuck in your mind.
That's right.
So strengthening your subtle bodies means giving your mind really, really quiet. Then you can feel the part of you that's beyond the intellect, the part of you that's subtle, the part of you that then connect with the divine.
Other words, other questions that you ask so that you can be led to that particular
There.
state?
No, I do a breathing practice.
Okay.
And a concentration practice, which makes the mind really, really quiet.
How long is this? Do you do this every day?
Oh, I don't leave the house if I don't meditate. No.
You start your day with
Yeah.
meditation.
I do an hour.
That's really important, because for you to be able to do the good things that you do for this country, for the community, for ABS-CBN, for yourself, you have to be healthy. And it's
Yeah.
amazing, because I was reading your book, your materials, you haven't gotten sick in a long time. Some of your advocacies are not necessarily peaceful. Some are very controversial. Your involvement, for example, in the anti-mining platform
Yeah.
that you've taken so strongly.
Yeah.
Of course, in the process, you create enemies.
Yeah.
How do you handle them?
I don't pay attention to them. Yeah.
You don't think about them.
I really don't like mining, and more so even now. Like once when I was meditating, this thought came, you know, it just landed. It said, we're in a geohazard zone. The Philippines is scientifically in a geohazard zone.
What does it mean, Gina, to our viewers? When you say the Philippines is in a geohazard
We're
zone?
prone to typhoons, like we have typhoons every year. Every year we've grown up with typhoons.
About 20.
Yeah, we have, I was told that we have 4.5 Richter scale earthquakes every year. And look at that, storm surge. I mean, look at Glenda, you know. I saw just today a 100-year-old balete tree just falling down in the
Glenda,
Estero.
Henry, Inday,
Yeah, it just,
and company.
it's just every year. So in a country which experiences natural calamities in this kind of consistency, to put up toxic holes with toxic matter, you know, near farms and fishery resource, I feel is madness. It's like really madness. It's like our people are taking the risk so that these businessmen and foreigners can make the money. Like, what's that all about? You know, where I have the experience where like on the second year, if you do community-based sustainable ecotourism, on the second year they can send their kids to college. You know, in one of our sites in like Ugong Rock, last year they made 23 million pesos. They're earning 10,000 pesos every month. And how did we do that? Through care of the environment. And if you look at these Igorots in G-strings, they've been mining for the past 100 years. They're still in G-strings. So where is the proof? Like the poorest sites in the country are mining sites. So why do we even allow it in this gorgeous country when taking care of the environment is absolutely the way to go?
What is your single most important message, after having said that discourse, about mining in this country? Because we still have a law that allows mining.
Yeah. I feel that anything that destroys the environment to the effect that it puts people's lives and well-being at risk, as a matter of principle, should not be done. That's my stand. And then my experience is that taking care of the environment in this particular country, if it's done in such a way that benefits the community, is absolutely the way to go.
Are you ever afraid?
Actually, not often. Fear is not, my problem is anger. You know, sometimes I lose my cool, but fear is not my...
Is that something that you have to deal with?
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't get
Let's talk about
fear, jealousy. I'm not a jealous
not-
person, and
okay.
I'm not a fearful
But let's talk
person.
about the anger part. How do you manage that?
I'm like my
You,
dad.
you have to deal. You're like a dad.
Yeah, Daddy would just lose his temper, and then after that he'll forget about it, and then he'll be calm again. So people learn how to deal with them. So I think if you ask my staff, they know me already.
No,